After almost 7 years of being a licensed real estate agent, I have finally decided it is time for me to quit and retire and get out of the game. I simply do not have the desire, the passion, or any of the following to be selling real estate to other people anymore. But this is not bad news. This is not one of those videos where, hey, another realtor comes on and they talk about why they failed. I did not fail. If you follow my content, I was actually a top producing real estate agent. But why am I quitting? That's what we're going to talk about today, so please stay tuned. If you don't know who I am, my name is Aaron. I'm a real estate agent, used to be, now real estate investor here in the Chicagoland area, and I'm going to come to you twice a week with content just like I did as a real estate agent. I'm going to document this journey of me building a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio that is not only profitable, stable, and consistent. So stay tuned. We're going to get into all of that, and if you enjoy it, like, comment, and subscribe. Now, why did I quit being a real estate agent? Now, first, I got to take you back to me being 19 years old and explain why I even got my real estate license in the first place. When I was 19 years old, I had like an early life crisis, and I had to make a decision of either going to college, going 50K in debt, or doing something else with my life. My only goal with college was to get a degree that could get me a good job, that I could save up enough money so that at 30 years old, I could start a business, because in my eyes, all the rich people I knew owned businesses, and I wanted to have that level of freedom and be my own boss. And then even furthermore, all these rich people were involved in real estate. So that's how I got introduced to real estate at 19 years old. And I said to myself, okay, well, it looks like I don't have any money to start a real business. I definitely don't have any money to go to college because I don't know how I'm going to pay that back and hold myself back 2 years. That seems like a complete waste of time. So what else can I do? And I just stumbled across being a real estate agent. I'm like, okay, you only need $2,000 to get started. And my entire goal was that, okay, look, I'll become a real estate agent. I will learn the game from the inside out. I'll be a top producing real estate agent. That is how I'm going to make my money. That is my play. And once I make my money and I'm in a position where I have enough to invest, I'm going to start investing in real estate to multiply my money and be the wealthy person that I want to be. So my end goal was to be a rich person, right? Basically to be wealthy. And I basically took my steps back and I figured out the best way to get there was to get my real estate license, become an agent, and then eventually transition to being a real estate investor, right? So this quitting real estate as an agent was always the goal for me. I didn't know when I was going to be able to do it, but you know what? A lot of things fell into the right place that I felt like right now is the best time for me to quit being a real estate agent. And there's a lot of reasons that go into it, and we're going to get into it right now. So number one, it was always the goal. So I have no interest in being a 10, 20, 30, 40-year career as a real estate agent. I have a lot bigger ambitions. I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to do something big with my life. And I just don't see myself being that big impact in my life and my family's life by being a real estate agent for the next 30 years. I just didn't see it, and that's why I always knew I wanted to back out. Number two, I lost a lot of passion for it. I got real sick and tired of helping Carol find a house, Cheryl do this, and that. I was getting burnt out. Because for me, I've already owned a few properties. I've been investing for about a year and a half, and I see the potential that real estate investing has. And then I have to deal with somebody looking to buy a $150,000 townhome or a condo, or an investor that is like afraid to pull the trigger. It was driving me crazy, right? I lost complete passion in it. And furthermore, most of my business, and we'll talk about that later actually. Let's keep moving to the next thing, because I put a few lists down since this is my second time doing a take, because I actually want to explain to everybody why I quit real estate and why you should be quitting real estate as well if this is the path you want to go down on your own, okay? So the third reason I put right here is I didn't like the business model. There's no stability or control. I really hated the fact that other people's decision making had an impact on my money, okay? I couldn't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to make money today. As an investor, I could wake up and say, you know, I want to make some money today. I want to put some deals together and put some money on the board. As a real estate agent, all I could do is, okay, I want to get a lead. Once I get a lead, I got to help them find a house to buy or sell their house. Once they put their house under contract, then I got to deal with all the people involved just to get it to closing, all the things that could go wrong for me to get 2.5%. I felt no stability in that, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to build a business where I could step away from it in like 10 years. There's just no way as a real estate agent. The way that I was going, a lot of my business come from my personal brand, so people want to individually work with me. So I can't really pass them off, and it was very difficult. And here's what I came up finding out. The second I stopped working, my income dried up. I don't want that. That's not stability, right? That's not the business model I want to build for myself. I want to put all the work in up front, so that way, and I don't mind grinding for 5 years, but if I'm going to grind for 5 years, I want to be able to take a week off and not lose money. As a real estate agent, you take a week off, you don't know what's going to happen, right? And that really I really didn't like that from the beginning, and I knew that's one of the reasons why I wanted to transition to being a real estate investor. Because as an investor, you have unlimited stability, and you know your money's made, right? Like I make, not that much right now, I make $2,000 a month in cash flow. And that is like, that money's guaranteed every single month. So whether I make money as an agent or not, it doesn't matter, because I'm at least gonna make $2,000 in cash flow. Now obviously, I just got started, so I'm gonna build that up to 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 to $100,000. And then my life's gonna be a little bit different. So that's one of the reasons. Moving on, number 4, and this was one of the big ones. I felt it was holding me back from achieving my real goals. A lot of times, and I experienced this with a lot of older people that were a lot more successful as real estate agents or anything else they were doing in their life, they had these golden handcuffs on them, right? One guy had a $500,000 a year, good cushy job. The other person was making $500,000 doing this. The other person was making $400,000 being an incredible real estate agent. And they were all so afraid to walk away, and they plateaued a long time ago, and there was no more growth. I'm trying to be a multimillionaire, and I noticed even myself plateauing as a real estate agent. It was holding me back because me personally, I don't have the bandwidth to focus on being an amazing real estate agent, which is a job and a beast of its own. Being responsive to your clients, making sure you catch all the red flags, being proactive, finding great deals, being available to show the properties, acting fast, dealing with the agents, all that. That's a beast, right? And being a real estate investor, it's even its own beast. It's even a bigger beast, right? So I felt I didn't feel right about trying to be an agent, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's BS for me. And I've always been burn the bridges, let's go. And I'm incredibly comfortable with being broke, which is why I was able to make this move so smoothly, right? One of the blessings in my life is it took me about 4 to 5 years to gain any success as a real estate agent. And those 4 to 5 years, I got really comfortable with not having money, with not achieving my goals on the time that I want to achieve them. So I don't mind losing a $200,000 a year income that pays all my bills, because I know if I go broke, I know I can make it back, and I know I'll be okay. I'm not afraid of that, right? I'm not running away from it. And I found that a lot of times people run away from that, and that's why they plateau and they never get to where they want to be. And I didn't want to be that guy. So that's another reason why I quit. And then next up, I kind of touched on this. I want to build an actual reliable business that actually works for me, where I could take some time off and I'm still making money. For example, I don't care what happens in the next year or two. When I turn 29 years old, I'm guaranteed to make $300,000 that year. Guaranteed. Because that's the year I'm going to sell both my buildings, and we're going to be on a huge upswing, because that's where my side of the profits are on both my buildings combined, right? And this is what real estate investing allows you to do. I'm going to make money all the way to that point, and then I'm going to sell and have a big payday, roll it into bigger deals, and then boom, climb we go. And then finally, here's one of the main reasons. I would say this is fundamentally one of the reasons I wanted to quit. I think life is about positioning. And I had put myself in a very unique position where I had the opportunity to quit. Because here's the thing. I never tell somebody to quit your day job if you're going to start investing in real estate, because you need active income. So because you need money coming in somehow, some way to invest in real estate. And because I had built my business representing investors, I had tremendous connections and relationships with people who like me, trust me, who want to do business with me, who've already done business with me, who are sitting on a lot of capital. So my biggest problem with investing in real estate, which I thought was a big problem, was the capital. That was resolved. I got a list of almost 40 people with cash. I could raise up to $4 million today if I had to. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, why am I still showing Cheryl a house when I have access to $4 million of capital? I need to do something. I need to put my back against the wall, and I need to run full steam ahead at being a real estate investor, because the money issue has been solved. I could essentially buy unlimited deals. Yes, I'll take less equity, but I'm young enough where I could just grind out for the next 3 years, spend 60, 80 hours a week working for very little pay, so that when I turn 30, I have a massive portfolio, and I'm boom, off I go. I don't need investor money anymore. Everybody's happy. So because I always wanted to exit the real estate agent side of the business, I always leaned on the investing side from day one. So I built a clientele on the investing side. So when it was time for me to transition, it was very smooth and easy. And one of the reasons I had to quit, like I couldn't even do it halfway, is because it was a major conflict of interest. I can't be trying to invest for myself and also be looking for like 30 other people, okay? Finding one deal takes a long time. Finding one deal for 30 people, I won't have time for myself. And when I do find that deal, am I supposed to send it to you, Frank, Jerry, Carol, or myself? Right? So it's a major conflict of interest, which is why I decided to quit real estate. And what do you call it? The hammer and the nail, whatever the saying that is out there, is when I first did my flip. And I realized that just by doing one flip, selling one $262,000 townhouse, I made $60,000 in profit, spending 10 to 12 hours of my time. I put the right team in place. I showed up. I gave my contractor the keys. I maybe spent another 10, 12 hours running the numbers, making sure all of my draws were done on time. And then we closed on, I got $60,000 in profit. I would have to sell almost $3 million worth of real estate to make $60,000 of profit, right? So what is better, selling one house making $60K or selling like 15 houses to make that $60K, right? I just felt my expertise, my time, my connections, the access I have to my capital, my background, my track record, all that combined, it just stopped making sense to be a real estate agent. It just felt like the small thing to do, which is why I quit the industry. And I think all of you watching, if you don't really have a passion for real estate, on the real estate agent side, I think you should start positioning yourself in a way where in like 3 to 5 years, you can exit production too. Because listen, I didn't exit production because I'm so rich. I exited production because it was in my way. And I hope this video helps you guys. And because there's a lot of people who make videos about real estate, being a real estate agent and quitting because they can make it, they can cut it, they didn't do the work, they don't understand the industry. This is not one of those videos. This is a happy video. This is a success video. This is where we all want to be. This is the professional athlete that found a high-paying job after their career was over. That's this type of story, and I'm very proud to share it with you guys. And you all follow me along the journey. I'm very grateful. Please stay tuned, and here's how it's going to work out. I have, in the last 7 years, gained a lot of knowledge about real estate investing, a lot. And I'm not taking on any more clients at this time because you know what? I'm going to make money for myself. But what I will be doing is I will be putting a course together with everything I know, along with weekly coaching. If you're interested in something like this, it's going to be linked in the description. Put your email in, so when we do launch the course, probably 2-3 months away. Honestly, this is just a thought in my head. I'm going to get you all the information you need to understand investing on a fundamental level, and you'll get weekly calls with me, so that way you can actually implement, take action, and make real money for yourself as well. So make sure you hit that link in the description, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much for watching.